所以我今天都本来不会来看的，但是我爸爸把我带过来，所以没有准备。但是我从小都看眼科医生，所以看完这个电影我非常 inspired. And as someone going into STEM in college and at the universities that you're going to, I'm very excited to see what the future holds. And 我think 看完你的电影 I hope I can one day create 新的技术跟你一样，然后能帮助 like everybody in 美国。
And I have a little introduction or recap of Dr. Ming Wang. So he is a Harvard and MIT graduate with a medical degree, magna cum laude, is one of the few laser eye surgeons in the world who holds a doctorate degree in laser physics. He is also the
One is Christian message, one is Chinese American message. Today, I'm in ASU in a university setting. I'll be focusing on the second message for Chinese Americans. But very briefly about my Christian message. If this were in a church, I'll be talking about why I became Christian, what difference it made for me, and how you can become Christian if you have not become one yet, if you're interested. But I will not be spending time too much on talking about that. I want to tell you, this is real Kajol. Can you believe what happened to her? These were all true. At age 5.5, she was an orphan already. Her stepmother, when Kajol was sleeping one night, poured sulfuric acid into her eyes, trying to make a blind orphan child who can sing on the street, who will then get more monies from tourists. When I first saw Kajol, her eyes is very scarred, very scarred. So I started doing research, as you saw in the film, trying to figure out how can I stop the scarring of the eyes so can improve her eyesight. Do you know who does not scar? Who does not scar? Unborn child. Yes, one father讲得对. It's interesting. Something happened at the time of birth for every one of us. Before birth, we can heal without scar. After birth, we heal with scar. But can you do research on the unborn child without hurting the baby? They say there's no common ground between science and faith. Being a Christian myself, I did what I'm supposed to do. I pray and ask God, is there a common ground between science and faith? I pray so much that I even wrote a common ground Bible study. So in one of my prayers that I felt that an idea has emerged. I was working with many other scientists, including Professor Chen and others, that an idea came that actually scientists have been doing this research for a while. That is, at the time of birth, something happened. Before birth, we were surrounded by the amniotic sac, 羊膜. After birth, we no longer have the protection of the amniotic sac. So, maybe the secret for the unborn child can heal without scar comes from the amniotic membrane. So I went to hospital, get many placentas donated for research, because the placenta, taipan, is always discarded after the birth. Technologies that mankind has best in year 2024 can take care of all 5 conditions: nearsighted, farsighted, astigmatism, presbyopia, and cataracts. In an advanced country like America, what % of eye surgeons are using these top 4 technologies? My answer will shock you again. Less than 5%. 95% are not using these top 4 technologies yet. Why? Well, here's why. Medicine today is not just medicine. Medicine today is medicine plus technology. 理工科高科技. So let me ask you, when someone goes to medical school, get an MD, what are they trained for? 他们是学到医学呢，还是学到理工科高科技？医学. That's the problem. It's an educational problem. But as you see in this film, I was very blessed. I survived the Cultural Revolution in China, and I got a chance to attend university in China, 中国科技大学，七七级。So I came to America at age 21, 1982. I was very poor, only $50, and so I enrolled myself in a PhD program in laser physics, 理工科。I got my PhD degree from University of Maryland and finished postdoc at MIT. Then I decided, since I have the technology training, this time I'm going to get second doctorate degree, this time in medicine. So I got an MD on top of the PhD from Harvard and MIT. So I'm very blessed. I actually got training in medicine and technology. One of the very few surgeons in the world who have both training. So in our center, these top 4 technologies are used not 5%, 100%. We are number 1 in America today, leading the nation in the percentage of high-tech application in eye surgery. But then you say, how about all the other doctors? They're trained in medicine, but they're not in-depth trained in technology. What do we do? That's why I've been involved in teaching for 30 years. These are the textbooks I published in ophthalmology, helping surgeons from around the world who have medical training but not enough technical training to improve their weak area, technology. But because I came from mainland China, I also have some of the books that translated in Mandarin. The world's first patent on membrane contact lens. I decided I don't want to just hold the technology myself, I just donate it. I donate the technology to the world. And I put on online about this patent, and I started traveling around the world, teaching ophthalmologists, optometrists from around the world, over 60 nations, free of charge, the teaching, to help them to use this technology. Today, as you see in the film, and near membrane contact lens is a major industry now, over $100 billion a year. Doctors from nearly every nation are using it today, and millions of patients have their eyesight helped or restored. In the whole process, even though I did not make a cent out of it, but I'm very happy because the technology has changed the lives of so many. As a Christian, I think God's calling for me is to do whatever I can to help make the world a better place. This patient has dry eyes. As you, your story and our stories. It's about first generation Chinese American immigrant. First time our stories are told in American mainstream media. 这是咱们在美国移民第一代移民吧，第一次在美国主流媒介我们的故事有了机会说。完了以后呢 when we're finished, 大家看完电影呢不要站起来 try not to stand up right after the film, because I will come back, I'll tell you stories behind the movie. And also I will answer questions. 你也许有问题 about your eyes. As you may wildly guess from the tie that I wear, what I do for a living, if you can see. I'll be happy to help you. Any questions? And as Mr. Chen said, the blue article on your seat, 这是个礼物 free gift. You take it home. Blue article is for you to take it home. But the book is for you to browse through. 你在看电影的时候，你可以看这个书。When we're done, you have 2 options. Please go ahead and pick the book up anyway. Help us clean. If you want to keep the book, you can donate $25 to, if you write a check to Wang Foundation. so we can help more blind orphan children. 可以帮助全世界更多的盲童。If you don't want the book, you pick it up anyway. Just drop off in the box on the way out. Okay. Finally, keep in mind, it's amazing, it's true that what you're seeing in this film, these events are all true events. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present to you the film that which has won the international ICVM International Film Festival and also Harlem International Film Festival, one of the top 25 film festivals in the world. Sight. Your story and our stories. It's about first generation Chinese American immigrant. 跟我讲，他们以前多么辛苦啊，跟我创造好条件，我为什么不更努力一点，珍惜一点 ？But I don't feel it， 他说我没有体会。你知道我们华一代，你要怎么使他们体会啊？把他们 throw into poverty， 这是不可能的。但是，这个19岁的 ABC 女孩她说 ，But Dr. Wang， 今天看了这个电影以后，看着爸爸妈妈在我现在的年龄，他们当年的那个时候年轻时候的辛苦。For the first time in my life, I began to understand my mother. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we want. We want our next generation 华代 to experience a little bit of what we have gone through. But not by preaching, tell them what to do, but let them feel it. 所以这个电影对华人来说，第一个意义就是真正的感情上面跟我们华人的 instance。第二个意义，华人对美国社会做的贡献在这儿，美国社会对我们的这个 appreciation 在这儿，认可。这个电影就给大家一个提示：抱怨没有用 ，do something about it。什么要做什么呢？做2件事情。这个电影，第一个，我们华人要走出自己的圈子，为美国社会主流多做一些工作。这个电影就给你个例子啊 ，one example， 在美国社会主流那个很多人 cannot afford the health care， 像眼睛方面就很多人 stay in the darkness 看不到，他们付不起手术。作为美国华人，我一份子 ，I try to do my best， 提供这些 charity care， 这是帮助美国社会尽我的能力做一点事情，解决美国社会主流问题。第二个，不光做，华人的特点是什么？啊，我们很实在，我们说到做到，在西方的公开社会这边，你不告诉人家，人家就不知道。所以这个电影的第二个意义，是通过我讲我的故事。鼓励你讲你的故事，我们讲我们的故事。人家说，哎呀，王医师啊，你在这儿说你这么工作怎么好 ？That's not the point， 因为我知道在华人很多工作，在他们各行各业做得比我好得多，但是我们华人都太安静了。我的儿子在美国长大 ，ABC， 在美国主流电影电视媒介上，从小到大 ，heroes 从来都是跟他自己、跟他爸爸妈妈长得不一样的人。We need to change that。华人在美国175年，我们应该意识到 ，it's up to us。所以这个电影说，不光要做，走出华人圈子，我们不光要说到做到，我们华人比较实在，还得要怎么样？做到，还要再说到。So。My fellow Chinese Americans, immigrants, minorities, it's time to stand up, speak up, tell our stories. That's the meaning. 你没想过，我们每次跟华二代讲 ，Johnny， 你应该多努力一点，爸爸妈妈以前多辛苦，我们给你创造那么好的条件。 你应该多 motivate。你知道华尔代怎么回答吗？我给你个 body language 啊，华尔代 typical response。你要叫他 more motivate， 他就这样子。
这个是你啊。
为什么华尔代他没有经历？